Okay, hi YouTube. This is going to be a weirdly edited video because I have pictures and video, audio to discuss. I started a new job today. Oh, and the video editing thing on my phone is kind of wonky, so the timing isn't going to be that great in my audio compared to the still shots that I will provide in the editing, but I don't feel like transferring this video to, the computer because that takes too long, so whatever. Shoot me, sue me, whatever. Fuck it. Anyways, today I started a new job. And basically, it's another warehouse job. Nothing I haven't done before. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Lots of scanning things and inventory intake. Using pallet jacks. Using different, flatbed dollies and different types of three-tiered carts to move things from point A to point B to point C. Up and down, 70 aisles. Skinny, long, fat, wide, really narrow. Lots of inventory, auditing. I have yet to unload trucks. I have yet to box, to pack, to open cardboard packaging and put together boxes, build boxes so they're ready for packing. I've yet to do a lot of things, but I got a good tour today, a good wraparound, some okay training. It's a long walk, really long walk from the bus stop to my work. I need to get new shoes because it wraps around IKEA and a couple of other warehouse buildings and then a thicket of dense forest. Underdeveloped areas to overdeveloped office parks and warehouse parks, all in the same 15-minute walking distance. It's insane. I need new shoes. So first paycheck is going towards new shoes. Maybe I can get some money off my dad. I don't know. We'll see. So walking to the bus stop after work. Oh, and this is the first time I've ever had a 9 to 5 job Monday through Friday. It's amazing! Slightly flexible scheduling, but hey, I like it. Works for me. So, I get to the bus stop after work. Takes me a good 15 minutes to walk to it. About as long as it took to walk to work from the bus stop this morning. Even though it was a different bus stop, slightly. But there are at least 10 people, maybe 11, waiting for what's called a DART bus. Dial-a-ride transit is the old term, and they're still considered DART buses. They're basically underfunded bus routes within our King County metro system that Metro wants to outsource employment to these bus routes so they don't have to run regular 35-foot, 40-foot, or 60-foot bus vehicles or coaches along those bus routes, those driving routes. Sometimes it is because of roundabouts, dead ends, no outlets, and turnaround streets that have really tight U-turns, so really long buses won't be able to do it. But this route, the 906, could easily be done with a standard 40-foot Orion or Gillig Phantom. I mean, they're not going to bring those back. But a standard 40-foot Orion low floor could easily be the replacement to the 906, which is a really ugly style of a bus. So anyways, I'm at the 5-minute mark. I saw some interesting people today. Yeah. Really, really interesting people. I sat next to, and yeah, COVID, it's a thing. Don't sit next to people. That's fantasy. But when you take public transit, you're going to end up sitting next to someone when the bus gets crowded, the subway gets crowded, the streetcar gets crowded. A seat is a seat is a seat. Just sit your butt down and accept it for what it is. Don't worry about other people and germs, because otherwise you might as well just walk everywhere and never take a bus again. But that's not ideal for most people who rely on public transit. So you just keep your hands to yourself, don't really engage too much with your neighbors on the bus, and just kind of mind your own business. Listen to your own music, look at your own phone, read your own book. Just don't get in the way of other people. And so it's back to, sit by strangers, no big deal. Share a seat, no big deal. So I had the aisle seat, and this girl next to me had I think she was a real blonde, but her hair was very bleached. So extra dyeing. And I can't remember the shirt she wore because it was really subdued in color and tone. But then she was wearing hot flash pants, like disco style zebra patterned pants. They were flared at the ankles, almost like it's 1976 in Saturday Night Fever. And she's wearing platform shoes. Like, remember Skechers had platform shoes in like 2003? She was wearing basically those, but they weren't Skechers. Because Skechers platform shoes were really chunky and clunky and ugly and butt fugly. But this girl's platform shoes, I was like, yeah, I like those. So later on, there was, when I was on the F line, going back to the transit center, there was this guy who gets on the bus, and he's wearing a Sonics jersey, a Sonics hat. He's wearing Carhartts that are high-waisted, more than halfway to his chest. Very Steve Urkel style of wearing his Carhartts, but instead of, weird jeans. He also had suspenders. I think they were red. But then he had the what I call the rust-colored Carhartts. But he had one pant leg all the way down, and the other pant leg rolled all the way up to above the knee with a bicycle reflector wraparound thing around his leg to keep the pant leg from unrolling. Pretty unique. But then he had a license plate frame. He had like a headset that NSYNC, Backstreet Boys, Britney Spears used to wear, like the black headset with the microphone that curves from the ear down their jawline to their mouth and has a little clunky black microphone piece at the end. He was wearing one of those, and he had a Sonics hat on. He had a Toon Squad, like, backpack you get at Walmart in the kids section. The, like, what is it? Toon Squad, like, Looney Tunes, Space Jam 2 kind of themed backpack. I really don't like those. I think they're really tacky and an insult to the original animation that it stemmed off from. But whatever, to each their own. And he had on his Sonics hat, he still had, that silver sticker that so many people are like, I'm gonna keep the stickers on the hat. Okay, you do. You do you. I'm not going to have any qualms with that. Qualm. Qualx. Helga Pataki, who threw away the chance to win the spelling bee in Hey Arnold season 1 because Big Bob was so obsessed with Olga having won the spelling bee in her year with the word qualm, and Helga just threw it so that way Arnold could win the spelling bee PS 118 with the word onomatopoeia, which unfortunately I can't spell for shit. I can spell phantasmagorical, I can spell supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, I can spell pulchritude, I can spell armadillo, elephant, Zat Galifianakis. I can spell all that. But you can't ask me to spell onomatopoeia. Like, zoinks! Brrr, ding! Dong! Ding! Whoop! That's onomatopoeia, you know, an insane, weird, wild noise that comes out of an action, like when you jump up. What's a creative fantasy noise that you make with your mouth or your body, or you whoosh or you zip or you wish? I'm really tired. I'm not high by any means. I wish I were, though. So anyways, back to the guy with the Sonics hat, the Sonics jersey, and the suspenders, and the funky looking Carhartts, and half Steve Urkel going on. If Steve Urkel was into the Sonics with Space Jam sequel Walmart style backpack, and then he had a rod sticking off of the bill of his Sonics hat with a license plate frame holder. And I asked him about that, and he said, oh, because I can't afford glasses, and I like to see things in the middle. And I'm like, oh, so, like, you don't like seeing things on the side, and so you want everything to be in the center? He said, yeah. Cool. Actually, I was quite intrigued, and then he was watching Kim Possible on his phone. So, yeah. There were a couple of crackheads on the bus. Oh, and then also, later on the F line, I saw 3 women wearing burqas. I really hope it wasn't white women wearing burqas for shits and giggles, or for doing social experiments. Sorry, that's my hand. I really hope it was for real, but at the same time, you don't want it to be for real when you see something like that. You live in the land of the free, the home of the brave, land of the snakes, home of the slave, the grand imperial guard, where the dollar is sacred and the power is God. Brother Ali, Uncle Sam, goddamn. We live in a free nation where no one is told to cover up their whole body from head to toe and act like they don't exist, even when they go outside of their homes. But I saw 3 women wearing burqas, completely shrouding themselves in plain sight, but trying to hide in plain sight. It's not happening just in Afghanistan or Iran or other areas, other nations in the Middle East. There are people here in the US who really push their female family members into wearing burqas, into hiding in plain sight. It's really strange and really odd. Frightening, maybe? I don't think that's the right word, but yeah, it's really hard to fathom why and how anyone would be wearing a burqa in Renton, King County, in Seattle area. It's just so far-fetched. Women are everywhere in society. You can't make us hide. And yet there are women here, Middle Eastern descent, who do hide. Whether it's with the niqab or the chador or the burqa. I think a few times when I've been at the mall and I see them, it's not just the women and the teenage girls and the niqabs and chadors, but I've seen little girls, 1-year-old, 2-year-old, 3-year-olds, walking with mommy, walking with daddy, being pushed in a stroller. And already at 1 or 2 years old, they have to wear a niqab. They're not allowed to show their face or show that they exist. It's like you can exist, but you can't exist. And that pisses me off. I'm not a bigot. Not like that. I just find it irritating that you live in the land of freedom to be you. And yet, something or someone in your life is forcing you to hide yourself in plain sight. It's very strange. So, what else did I see on the bus? I saw a woman with an ankle monitor. I mean, that's not something you see every day. Maybe people do really hide that with jeans and long pants, but I saw a woman with an ankle monitor on her ankle. Like being on probation kind of ankle monitor. Whatever. Must be humiliating. And she was wearing shorts. So maybe she was used to it. I don't know. Okay, that's a really long video. Please forgive me. Sometimes I just get carried away and I can't stop talking at all. Oh well. Thanks for coming. Here's some pictures. I'm gonna try to edit them into this video thing with the crappy app on my phone. Have a great day. And don't force other people to wear clothes that make them hide in plain sight just because you want to deny them their freedoms. Please don't. And I wish that optical care wasn't so expensive, because that guy said he wanted to get eyeglasses, but he can't afford them for shit and he doesn't have health care. So instead he put a rod on his hat with a license plate holder from a motorcycle and used that to block out any side vision or any blurry vision. So he's just looking dead center, so he sees through the middle. That's desperation. If you hear some screaming, that's my neighbors. And they're fine. They're just really loud. Okay, that's it. That's all I got. Adios. I think I found wild cotton. Like, that's not dandelion. It's all over this little dense brush area. And then there are blackberries, which aren't ripe anymore. Go figure. Look at all that cotton, yo! Yo, what up, cotton? Let's do a little bit of a zoom in. See, I think that's cotton. Unless I'm wrong, then someone go ahead, type in the comments, and please correct me if I'm wrong, but like, holy baloney! Look at that motherfucker! Holy shiza! And it's pretty sporadic over here. See what I mean? There's cotton, so much cotton, and it's not dandelions. Dandelions are more white. This is kind of like a beige. Yep, it's cotton, alright. Super soft, like pillows, like pillow feathers. Okay, that's cotton. Time for me to go catch a bus. Adios.